Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. And today we have to discuss about the Azure Virtual One and the Virtual Hub as well as the Virtual VNet. First of all, we have to set up the Virtual V1. And before set up the Virtual V1, we should know about what is the Virtual V1. So it is a cloud, Azure Cloud network, native service, and that is a network service, and that brings many network security, routing functionality together to provide a single operation interface, such as include like the branch connectivity, like you can say you are using the virtual one, such as the SD1 and the VPN. Similarly, the virtual hub is also the Azure Cloud Network Native Services. It is a Microsoft managed virtual network. The user don't require to manage it, and that contains the various service endpoint to enable the connectivity. Basically, the virtual hub is the core of the network in a region. Multiple virtual hub can be created in the same region. There is no any limitation, and you can it does not mean you just need to create only one VHub. You can create the multiple VHub as per a requirement. Okay, similarly the VNet is it is the a cloud virtual network. Okay, it is a virtual network. Basically it is used to connect your VM and provide the internet. You can say you can connect our network, okay, application in the cloud. When it is created, the service and the virtual machines within the Azure network interact securely with each other. Okay, and like let me go to my second slide. Then I can let you know what is our in our use cases and what we have to use in our demo. Okay, one second, please. Let me go to my second slide. So what we have to do? So first of all, we have deployed the virtual V1. It is my virtual V1. You can see in the diagram, it is a virtual V1. In the virtual, under V1, we have to create two VF. One will be internal one, second one will be the external one. Similarly, under each VF, you can attach multiple VNet. Okay, but in our demo, we have to just create one VNet, and under one VNet we have to create one subnet, and then we have to attach we have to deploy our one VM for each VNet. Okay, so you can see our requirement is we have to create one virtual V1, then two VHub, and under two VHub we have to create each two VNet. I mean to say we have to connect to each VNet to each VHub. Under VNet we have to create our Azure VM. You can say Azure virtual machines. You can take the Linux or or Windows, whatever you are comfortable. Accordingly we can consider to set up that. Okay, so before mapping the VNet to the VHub, okay, you can see the both VM, whatever the VM we have deployed under to VNet. If we try to communicate, if we try to ping with to each other, it won't ping because without mapping the VM it can't ping. Okay, so that is the things I want to show you, because in the single virtual one we have connected two VM. Okay, so in order to communicate with each other, if the two VM would connected the single V1, then it will be communicate. Okay, but without mapping the VNet, okay, it can't possible, because so first of all we have to connect our VNet to the VM. Okay, like your VNet internal, you can connect to the VM internal. Similarly, you have to connect our VNet external to the VM external. Okay, and you can see under the VNet we have already deployed our VM. So whenever we map our VNet to the VM, so once get map, or you can say once get link with the VHub, then it will start to ping each other. Okay, so that is the demo I want to show you in my lab. So what I'll do, I will go to the Azure portal. Then I have to show you how to connect and how to create that. Okay, so before going to create it, let me tell you what is the requirement and what we have to do. Okay, so let me Let me simplify it. Okay, 1 second. So as I told you from the diagram, if I describe in briefly, so we have to set up, V1 VHub in our lab. So first of all, we have to deploy V1, which would be the standard one, because in the V1 we have two type of V1 you have to select, one in the standard and second the basic one. In the basic, some of the features are not available. You have to take the standard one. Because in the standard one, basically, in order to communicate to VM, in between the two VM communications, the standard would be minimum required. Okay. Otherwise, if you see, if you deploy the standard, if you deploy the V1 basic, and under basic, if you deploy the two VM, and if you can see, if any you will deploy any kind of VM, if you try to communicate with each other, it won't ping, because it is not possible, because it has some limitation. Okay, so you have to take the V1 standard one, and once created the VHub, sorry, the V1, then you have to create two VHub. One is the VHub internal, second is the VHub external. Then you have to create the two VNet, like the VNet internal and the VNet external. Similarly, we have to create the subnet, like one subnet. We have to create each, one subnet in each VNet. Again, the VNet internal, similar in the VNet external. And while we have to spin up the Linux VM or the Windows VM, we have to attach this VNet subnet. Okay, like one is the VNet internal and second subnet is with the VNet external. So both VMs should be spin up under under two different VNet, and after that we have to, as I told you, so VNet should be linked with the VHub, right? Because VHub is the part of the V1, right? So once the VNet map with the VHub, okay, then they will start to communicate with each other, right? And after that we have to do the validation, whether once get the mapping, we have to check the reachability in between the both VMs, whether you are getting the respond or not. Okay, so that is my idea. So basically it is the, you can say, this is the thing which is required to deploy in the production or the dev environment. Okay, so if you able to deploy this, it means like you did your deployment work in the, you can say, production. Okay, so thank you guys. So what I'll do, let me go to the Azure portal and let me start the deployment. Okay, thank you. So I went to the Azure portal. So let me create the virtual one here. I create the virtual one. As I told you, here I have to select the type standard. Okay, so let me select the subscription first. I'm using my free trial account, and let me select the resource group. If you don't have the resource group, you can create the new one. So as I don't have, and so what I do, I can create a different resource group like the RGO -1, and the region I select the central India, but whatever the best for you, you can change it accordingly your location. And the name I can give like the view and -dev, like we are take an example, we are going to deploy inside the development, and I selected the standard tier. Okay, and let me do the validation, and the validation got passed. So because it checked and it found all the details are given correctly, then it submitted to deploy deployment to create the v1. So it started to create the v1. It will take maximum 2 to 3 minutes to get created. So in the meantime, just wait and see. Okay, yeah, you can see the, yeah, it just created the v1. Let me go to the view one, then you can see all the details like the connectivity, the overview, and the monitor. Okay, so here we have to go to the connectivity because we have to create the virtual hub. So let me select the virtual hub. For the timing, if you see, as we created the first time the view one, there is no any kind of the VF. So I have to create the VF. So as I told you, we have to create two VF. One is the internal and second is the external. So let me go to the VF and let me create that. Let's click on new VF and let me select the subscription as well as the resource group here. So free trial is already selected as well as the resource group is already selected, and you have to select the region. So I can take the region in central India. And you can give the example, the VHub name would be like the VHub internal, and we have to enter the CID range for the VHub, and make sure the VHub IP address and the VNet IP address should not be overlapped. Okay, so I'm taking the 10 series like 10.0.0 slash 16 for the VHub. No, I think 16 to be a little bit large, so that I can take the other uh, CID range for my VNet. So I can take the 10.0.1.0 slash 24. Okay, for the my VM internal, and here you have to choose the virtual hub capacity as per your requirement. As you are doing the demo, you can take any one of them. There's a lot of like options available there. So according to your requirement, what we can you can take that. Uh, the routing preference, we have the express route, VPN, and other things also available. But we don't have the express route, so on the timing I have to select the VPN, because the express route, if you select the express route, then you have to check with the you have to check your partner to get the connectivity. That is not required. Okay, so I take as the VPN one. Just let me double check the details. Okay, it seems to correct. Let me go to the site to site. The site to site connection is not required, so you can just make it no. And let me go to the point to site. Point to site is also not required, so let me make it no. If you want later, if you required, you can do that. Okay, express route is not required, so let me make it no. Similar tagging, if you want to if you wish to give the tagging, you can, otherwise you can skip it. Let me do the validation. If yeah, so validation got passed, so let me create it now. Make sure to virtual hub will take long time to create. Okay, even after seeing the success, still it will take some time to do some of the internal checking from the Azure Virtual Hub site. So maybe if you see the virtual hub is ready, but you are trying to connect the VNet with the VHub, you see different type of error, because once the virtual hub got created, so a lot of times it takes internally to do some of changes to make ready. Okay, so as it is taking long time, so at the same time we can create another VHub. So let me go to the Azure Virtual Hub, and let me go to the virtual one, and we have to select the connectivity. Inside the connectivity we have the virtual hub. Let me select the VHub, and we have to select another one. So in that case we have to choose the new VHub, and here we have to take all the options as it is. We just need to change the name, like the VHub hyphen external. So let me select that. Similarly, you have to provide the different IP range for the VHub external. So as I did selected the 10 series IP for the VHub internal. So here I'm taking the 192 series IP at CID range for the external. So obviously both IP address is completely different, so both cannot be communicate with each other. If you spin up any VM under two different VNet, so it won't communicate. Okay, as I told you, express route point to site. Okay, that is not required, so you can just keep it no, or you can say you can skip it. Tagging also, it's up to you. If you want to define, that's okay, otherwise you can skip it. Then you have to do the validation. So let me try to do the review and creation. So while doing the review and creation, so it will take the validation process. As the validation process got passed, so now it will be, yeah, if you want to start deployment. It is nothing, because maybe the internet issue. So let me do it once again so that it can be created the virtual hub. So I submitted to spin up the second virtual hub. So it will take some times to create the another virtual hub also. So what I'll do, without wasting the time, we can create the VNet at the same time. Okay, so parallelly we can work on VNet activity. So let me go to the virtual network so that we can create the Azure virtual network. Okay, so let me go to the Azure portal, and let me select the virtual network here. I have already one VNet that is not required to deploy here, so I have to take the new one. So let me create two VNet. So as I told you earlier, we have to create two VNet. One is the VNet internal and VNet external. So let me select the subscription and the resource group, and then you have to define the name of the VNet like the VNet hyphen internal, and you have to select the region. Security don't have to define. Okay, we can keep as it is default. Okay, I selected the central India, but it's up to you which location you want to select. As I told you, the security is not required to define here. You can keep as it is, and the IP address like the whatever the IP address you want to give, and in the 10 series you can define that, but make sure as we have given 10.0 to 1.0/24 for the virtual hub, so you have to take another cider range so that it cannot be overlap with the VHub. So I gave 10.0.2.0/24. That would be not overlap my virtual hub. Okay. So now we have to create the subnet in the my VNet internal. So I'm taking the IP like the 10.0.2.0/28. Okay, that is also part of our VNet. So yeah, all the default options we can keep as it is. Okay, only IP address range we have to take and you have to give here. Okay, and the name also can change if you want to change it. It will be better to change the name also. Let me do that like the internal hyphen subnet one. Okay, let me click on add, and you can verify this IP address. Make sure the IP address should not be overlap with your VHub. Okay, so let me create. So my first VNet internal got submitted to deploy. It will take maximum 30 seconds to get deployed. Yeah, it seems the VNet internal has been created. So now the time we have to create another VNet like the VNet hyphen external. So let me go to the virtual network, and we have to create it here. Select the subscription as the resource group accordingly. Okay, then after that we have to give and define the name of the virtual network name like the VNet hyphen external here. And if like you have to choose your region like the location, you have to choose it. Let me give the example, and also you have to define the IP address range, and the IP address range like whatever the IP address range you are giving to the your second VNet, make sure that that IP address set your range should not be overlap with your VHub external. I give you like the 192.168.2.0/24 for the VNet. Similarly, I have to give 192.168.2.0/28 for my subnet. Let me create the subnet as well. Like external hyphen subnet, we can give here, or like SNet hyphen external. Okay, 28. I told you the /28 we have to take. Okay, so let me click on save, and let me click on OK to deploy it. Okay, I think the set all the options are we have given correctly. So just let me double check, and after that we have to click on save. Let me click on save. Then we have to review and create. So while doing click on review, it will do the validation. If all the things are given correctly, then it will go ahead and it will do the validation. Something we are getting in the red mark, just let me double check and keep let me correct it. Okay, I think something is yeah, all are looking okay. I think the /24 was got changed automatically. Okay, just let me change it and create it again. 1 second. Yeah, so here my IP address will be 192.168.2.0/28. We have to give in here. Okay, let me save it. And then after that, you have to review and create for the validation. If the validation stage got passed, then it will proceed for the deployment. Yeah, so it started to proceed for the deployment process. And if you see the my first VNet and second VNet almost got completed. So side by side, what I'll do, I have to spin up two virtual machine. Okay, two VM in my two different VNet. So let me go to the my Azure portal and let me find out the VM. And before spin up the VM, I'm just checking it whether the IP address or the all details are giving correctly or not. Also, you have to see the subnet is created or not. Yeah, it seems my subnet and the VNet is created successfully. So now the time we have to go to the Azure portal and we have to find out the Azure virtual machine here. So let me go to the Azure portal and let me try to find out VM. Okay, then you will get the virtual machines. We have to create two different virtual machines. One would be internal and second would be for the external. So if I mention here in briefly, like we just created the V1 and then we created we deployed to VHub, okay, like the VHub internal and the VHub external. So just let me explain you, okay, like what are the things we have till now done, okay. So then we deployed the VHub internal and VHub external. Then we created our VNet, right? Just let me type it. Yeah, let me create two VNet with subnet, like internal and external VNet we got created. Now the time now we have to create we can say we have to deploy two different VM. One will be under internal and another one will be in the external. As I told you earlier, without mapping the VNet to the VM, if we try to check the reachability of in between two VM, it should not be communicate with each other. Okay, so once get map the VNet to the VM, then if we try to check the reachability, then you will get the response. Okay, so that is the thing we want to demonstrate here. Okay, so that's why we are doing the demo here for the dev environment. Okay, same thing you can do for the production environment. It's very useful, and we are just doing end-to-end, setup for like the V1, VHub, VNet, and the you can say the VM, right? So as I told you, you have to map the internal VNet with the internal VHub. Similarly, we have to attach the external VHub with the external VNet. Then we can the validation. Okay. Then we have to see the reachability of the VM, like VM1 to VM2 or VM21 to VM2 to VM1. We can see in the communications. Okay. So I went to the VM consoles. Let me create one of the, I mean the Azure portal consoles. Now we have to we have to create the VM. You have to select the subscription and the resource group. Then the VM, you have defined the name, what the name you want to define for the VM. Like I'll give like the VM hyphen VNet VNet internal, or you can say VNet 1. Okay, it will be better to define the internal, okay, because our VNet is the internal one, right? The region availability zone you can keep as it is here. Always I'm selecting the Ubuntu. Okay, the size if you want to take the little bit larger or smaller, you can select it accordingly. And then you have to enter either username and password. We can give the example. The username would be like the admin user. Okay, let me give the example. Define the username here, and the password should be a complex one, including the password must like the contents like the smaller and the like the upper cases with the including the number. Okay, so I give an example. The password like admin user at the rate of 123a, or any one of them you can make it capital. Now you have to select disk you can keep as it is. Yeah, but make sure, as I told you, you have to create, or you can say you have to spin up the VM under one of the VNets. You have to select the VNet. So I selected the VNet internal, then I selected the subnet, and the public IP is not required, so I made it none. And monitor advanced tagging, other things you can keep as it is, and nothing is required to change. So let me start to create the VM. And once create this VM, then we can go ahead to create another VM. Let me create another VM also, because till now it seems the VHub is not created, or that's not ready. Okay, so let me create another VM here. So let me select the subscription and the resource group. Then you have to select, you have to define the VM name like VM2-external, VM2-VNet-external, because you have to spin up this VM under another VNet, like the VNet external. Okay, so I selected the image and the size of the VM. Now we have to enter the define the credential like the admin user and the password. Okay, the username I am keeping admin user, password like 123456 at the rate of admin. Okay, and then other things like we can keep as it is. Only we have to change the network settings, because you have to deploy this under external VNet. Let me select the VNet external, and we have to choose the subnet accordingly. VNet external is already selected. Let me change to the, yeah, and the public IP we have to make it non public IP is not required, because we can log in using the serial console. Then we can check our reachability in between two VM. Let me open another tab, because while doing the mapping in between the VF to VNet, at the same time in another tab I will try to check the reachability. So once get mapped, or you can say once get linked the VHub to VNet, then it will start to ping each other. Okay, so that's the reason I'm trying to open another tab. Okay. I just took the IP address of the VM2, so I'm going to the VM1. Then I will try to ping the IP of the VM2 here. Okay, I'm logging into the VM1 in the serial console. Let me go to the serial console here. The serial console you will get under help. Okay, go to the serial console. Just click on enter. Here, if you see, it's taking a long time to connect the console. You just need to two times double click on that. Okay, then it will ask you to enter the login credential. Just enter the admin user and the password here, because our name is username is the admin user. Let me enter the password here. Yeah, it got authenticated now. Okay, so if you see, the IP address of this VM is the 10 series, right? 10.0.2.15, right? But I copied the IP address of another VM, which is the 192.168.2.4. Both are in the different VNet, right? So if I'll try to disable it here, it should not give the response, right? If you see, it won't ping each other, right? So let me go to the V1, then we'll try to map the VNet to the VF. So I did very fast. So it seems that still the VHub is not configured till now. Okay. So inside the VHub, lot of configuration is changing. Okay. till the time we'll try to map, but maybe we'll face we get some error because once properly provisioned the VHub, then it can allow to link the VNet, right? So it seems till now it is not ready. Still, I'm trying to connect. You can say I'm trying to add the connection in between the VNet and the VHub. Let me try it. Okay, you can give any name like the VNet to VNet to VHub internal connection or VHub to VHub external connection. So I'm trying to in between the VHub internal and the VNet internal. So that's why I've given the name like the VNet hyphen VHub hyphen internal communications. Okay. So you have to select the VHub name, subscription name, and the resource group name. Also, you have the VNet name. Yeah. So routing set the selected is not provision set. Yeah, it seems the VHub is still now it is in the progress mode, right? Till now it is still now it is not ready. Okay. So let me try to change something here and while connecting the connections. But I know it will be failed because till now the Azure VHub is not perfectly provisioned because still some of the configuration is pending. Let me try to add the connection once again by changing some some of the parameter here. Let me take give the same name, just change the VHub and VNet, VHub internal and the VHub external. Similarly, I'm just changing the propagation and the routing table, but I know because it is not required. Okay, yeah, you can see still it's throwing the error because I'm sure till now the VHub is not perfectly provisioned. So that's the reason it is taking throwing some error. So if you're facing same kind of error while trying to connect your VNet to the VHub, so don't worry about it. Just wait another 10 to 15 minutes. So make sure if you are provisioning the VHub, at least you have to wait 40 to 45 minutes to make it ready. Okay. After that, you can add your VNet to the VHub. Okay. Let me refresh the page and then we can try again to connect the VNet to the VHub. So once get ready the VHub, then you will not get any kind of error here. Okay, let me try to do the connection between the VNet and VHub again. Guys, I'm just changing this, routing table and the propagation levels. But as I told you, those are not required. Okay, I'm just doing it. Okay, but it is not required, guys. Please don't do it. Okay, you can see still you're getting the error. So what I did, I waited another 10 minutes, and then I did try to I tried to add the connection. Then it got success. Okay, if you can see here again, I'm trying to connect in between the VHub external to VHub in VNet external. I will not change anything inside the propagation and the routing table. Let me select the VHub name and the VNet name. And propagations routing table not required to change. Okay, I'll keep as it is. I'm just doing the double check to just confirm whether the uh, details are correct or not. Okay, let me create it. Okay, so as I told you, both those propagation things and routing tables are not required to define here. Okay, while adding the connection. So it will take some time to peer in between the VHub and VNet. So once get paired successfully, then it will start to ping each other. Still it is in the progress. Yeah, you can see it's tried to connect with the VNet successfully. So we are getting the response. You can say we're getting the reachability. Okay, so it is successfully connected with both VHub with the both VNet. So this is the demo, right? Which the demo I wanted to show you guys because it is very useful. Okay, so while you can deploy your V1 and the VHub uh, to in order to connect the VHub to VNet, it is very useful. You can take this reference to deploy in your production. Okay, so we got the reachability. So it is the demo I just wanted to show you guys. So thank you guys. So you can refer my video and you can try to implement in your productions. If you face any difficulties or any challenges, please let us know. Okay, I will take a look on that. If required, I can help you out. Okay, so thank you guys. So I will connect in the next session with the new topic. So till the time, goodbye and good night. Bye bye.